Communication is very important. What's up, guys? My name is Ogochukwu and welcome back to my YouTube channel again. So before I go further, just wanted to state that somebody pointed out that those things I talked about, they just don't apply to opposite sex relationships. They also apply to same sex relationships, and it's actually true. You know, some friendships. Let me talk about female friendships because that's what I know. Some of your friends tend to bully you into doing things you actually don't want to do. Some of them, they always run you down and they're always about themselves, and it's very true. So I thought about some other things that you should watch out for in relationships generally, opposite sex and same sex. And somebody pointed out two others for me to talk about. The person pointed out emotional blackmail and being manipulative, and then I added inability to communicate and one-sided efforts. So the emotional blackmail and being manipulative, they actually go together. They are almost, you can actually mistakenly take them as being the same thing, but they are not actually the same thing. So according to Google, emotional blackmail simply means a form of psychological abuse. Sorry, I'm reading from a book. A form of psychological abuse. It is the process in which an individual makes demands and threats to manipulate another person to get what they want. That's, for instance, now let's say some people that are very good at blackmailing people emotionally. Say for instance, I helped a friend of mine, maybe when he lost his mom or something. I was very nice to the person. Then he will now always be telling me I've been there for him, I remind him of his mom, I've done this, I've done that. But I'll be hanging around because I know that yes, maybe I was really a very large form of support for him, or to him rather, when his mom died. But then when I want to go, he's like, if you leave, I can kill myself. If you do this, I will not be able to get up from this. If you do this, I will fall into depression. If you leave me, I cannot get out of depression. You have been my source of happiness. The person starts to blackmail me emotionally, starts to make me feel guilty, starts to guilt trip me into hanging around, even when I don't want to hang around with the person. Most of the time, in that particular kind of situation, I feel like in the initial stage, the person that is blackmailing you emotionally doesn't realize the person is actually emotionally blackmailing you. But as time goes on, the person realizes and starts to use it against you, like use it to have a hold on you. And I think that's where manipulation comes in. The person will start manipulating you, and anytime you do something, the person will be like, you are my this, remember that, you have always been there for me. You want to leave me now because this one happened, or because that one happened, or something. I will feel like manipulation self when you are dating somebody that does not have money, for instance. Now, okay, let me not say that somebody that is not as rich as another person that is asking you out, for instance. Then let's say the person that you are dating is not even trying in any aspect of the relationship, be it attention wise, be it the normal things that has to make a relationship work. Person is not trying. Person will not start making you feel like because he does not have money or she does not have money to provide some basic things, that's why you are leaving the person. You are beginning to blackmail the person. You are twisting the person's mind against what the person wants to do, because that's like not the person's intention. The person is not leaving you because you're not providing financially. The person is leaving you because you're not doing the right thing, not because of your financial status. And I really don't know how to explain manipulation. I don't really know how to do it. But I know that a manipulative person is a person who manipulates others by attacking their mental and emotional sides to get what they want. And the meaning of manipulate. To manipulate means to control or influence somebody or something, often in a dishonest way, so that they do not realize it. Most of the time when you are being manipulated, you actually don't realize that you are being manipulated. I feel like manipulation has to do with brainwashing. The person just washes your brain so much that even when it is glaring that this person is using your head, this person is jamming your mind and your head together, you don't even know. So honestly, in life, prayer is very important. You have to pray to meet genuine people. You have to pray to meet somebody that's actually really good, and you have to pray to God for wisdom so that you can be able to differentiate between good and bad, because it's very difficult to know when you're being manipulated. Honestly, it's extremely difficult. I don't really think I did justice to the explanation, but I hope you guys understand. There's emotional blackmail and there's manipulation. There are two different things, but they like work together. And then the last one, okay, the remaining two I talked about, I said inability to communicate. Some people in their lives, they have sworn that anything that concerns communication, they don't want to have anything to do with it. Something will happen. Maybe say for instance something happened. I spoke to you in the manner in which you do not like. Then you close. Okay, it's a different situation when you don't want to talk about that thing, that particular moment. Not when you now just act like you are fine, you're completely fine, and then you just one day switch up and you. Communication is very important. If you have a friend that finds it difficult to communicate, when you're trying to, okay, see, let me say my part, you say your part. The person is being difficult. My sister, my brother, please, is either you just leave that person alone, or if you have the patience, you can still help the person to see the importance of communication, because it is actually very important in our daily lives. It is important to learn how to communicate, because if you don't talk, I cannot read your mind. Nobody can actually read anybody's mind. We can assume, we cannot really tell. It's an assumption. So when you communicate, it makes relationships and friendships easier. And then the last thing I said is one-sided efforts. This one applies mainly to relationships. Most of the time it gets to a stage where it looks like it's just one person working towards the success of the relationship. It's one person that always apologizes. It's one person that's always like, okay, let's just talk about this thing that happened. It's one person that is always saying, let's go out. It's one person that's always planning everything that ought to be planned by the two of you. If you're that one person that's always planning, please, you deserve better. Walk away. Please and please walk. Just walk away. Just please leave the relationship, or even the friendship. Even sometimes in friendship it happens. Just take your leftover pride and dignity and wait for somebody that deserves your efforts. Thank you very much. So basically, I just want to say before I round up this video that it is important to know that in every aspect of your life, prayer is very important. Friendships, relationships, everything. Because I feel like when you pray, you tend to know more about somebody. You can easily decode a person's true character when you pray. Like when you are spiritually inclined, you can tell that this one. Even sometimes self, like me personally, if I see somebody and my spirit actually doesn't go with some people, I'm like, me and this person, we can never be friends. I'm more boasting, but majority of the time when I hear something that person did, I'm like, I actually felt this person would be like this. So whenever you're getting into friendship or relationships, before you even get into any relationship, it is important to pray to God for the kind of person that you want. It is just very important for you to pray. And it's also important for you to pray that you will not be the one manipulating somebody. You will not be the one blackmailing somebody emotionally or being unable to communicate. You will not be the narcissistic one. You will not be the bully. You will not be the negative one, because honestly, karma is real. And whatever you do will come back to you. That's the truth. So basically, it is good that we all pray to meet good people and to be good people. And yes, nobody is perfect, but it is good that we are all open to learning things for the betterment of our interactions with each other. So I hope this second part of this video has been able, I hope this second part of this video has satisfied you guys. If you want me to do something else relating to something like this, you can as well request. Or if you want me to add something to this particular video, you can as well request in the comment section or via the anonymous link. Please and please, you people, I beg, when you come to watch videos and you have like a suggestion of something I should do, if you don't feel comfortable saying it or typing it in the comment section, please and please, the anonymous link is there. You can easily just click on it and send me a message anonymously. I will not know it is you. And if I don't follow what you asked me to do, it's not necessarily because I don't consider it important. It might be because I've not yet had the time to work on that particular video, or I'm working on it currently. Because this particular video I actually took my time to work on it. If you can see, I have like a small book here where I actually wrote down a couple of things that I want to come and say here. So I think that's all, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the new subscribers. Yes, please, I had 13 new subscribers from my last video. Thank you all for subscribing, for sharing, for viewing. I really do appreciate it, and I pray that God will continue to bless and provide for each and every one of us in Jesus' name. So thank you so much for your time, guys. Bye. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye.